Festivilla.
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 Het leuke aan een festival zoals Leffingeleuren is dat er altijd nieuwe muziek te beleven valt hier. Op muzikale ontdekking gaan in Zaal de Zwervers. En een van die bands die daarop staan op vrijdag is Sleepy Sun. Naast mij staan Brett en Matt van Sleepy Sun. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great actually. It's a nice festival again. It's the last festival of the summer as well. Is it for you guys as well, the last one?
Yeah, I was anticipating many more club shows, but I guess there are a lot of festivals still happening in September in Europe, but it's sort of winding down. Yeah.
Now, you're playing in the Zwerver. I just said it's like the Zwerver is the place to go where you want to go on a musical exploration. So, for the people who don't really know you, how would you describe Sleepy Sun?
I think, well, yeah, the way you put it was nice. It can be a visual exploration as well as an auditory one. Our music covers many bases. We go up, down, sideways, and it's kind of, we try to make it a little bit different each time. It's very personal music, but I think something that a lot of people can relate to. Try to cover the rock genre in its entirety, I guess.
The latest album that came out in April is called Spine Hits. Can we expect when we go to see one of your shows that you get hit in the spine as well?
Yeah, I'm sure somewhat, a little bit, especially if you come out tonight because we're playing the last slot at like 12 to 2 or something. I don't know what it is, something very late. So yeah, I'm sure everyone will be in a nice mindset at that point to get hit in various locations. So yeah, enjoy it.
After the whole summer tour, you made a expanded edition, a tour edition of the album Spine Hits as well, with a live album that you did in Vancouver. Was it that special of a gig?
It was a good gig. I remember it being very well represented as far as our live gigs go on that tour especially. I remember playing pretty well, but it just happened to be recorded by two guys and that offered to master it. So it turned out well. It happened like kind of serendipitously, but for the best, I think. Yeah.
I was wondering, when you guys are writing new songs, do you actually go jamming while you're on the road, or do you wait until you're back at home and start going into the studio all together and start jamming, or is it something you actually do on tour buses? Or
it tends to be a little bit easier when we're not touring, just with all the chaos that's involved with that. So it's not to say we don't get a few things done, but we tend to have a bit more productivity when we're not touring and doing that every single day. So yeah, you know, when we're off tour, that's when things usually tend to happen.
I read somewhere that environment is very important to you guys to like find your way to write songs. You're from San Francisco. You have on the one side you have a beach as well that you can go to. On the other one you have the Sierra Nevada, which is the mountains. Do you actually go soul searching through one of those environments to write the songs, or do you stay in Vancouver and like take all that in?
I do. Yeah, that's a big part of my inspiration for the music that we write, or my contribution to the project at least. Yeah, I like to go backpacking when we're off tour, exploring the Sierras as well as the coasts. Yeah, I find that to be the perfect place to clear my head and kind of make sense of our travel experiences. And actually, I wrote the words to New Age in Switzerland on a solo expedition that I made years ago, you know, before we recorded that album. So yeah, it happens more often than not in places like, you know, away from home, I would say. But ultimately, San Francisco is or the Bay Area is where it comes together and kind of materializes itself.
San Francisco is a very cool place to find music as well. Now also, I think a few months ago you guys did the pre-show of the Dandy Warhols. It was right now a one-time thing, but a few years ago you did the same thing on tour with Arctic Monkeys. Is there any plans to go also do a tour with the Dandy Warhols as well?
We haven't really figured any of that out. That sort of came together at the last minute, and we ended up splitting the tour between our last European tour. I believe they originally wanted us to do the full U.S. with them, which was about a month long, but we ended up only playing a couple of shows, and then we came over here for a month, and then we flew back and had 2 days off, and then drove from San Francisco to Vancouver to pick up the very tail end of their tour. So yeah, we don't have any plans to do that right now, but that was a fun little jaunt with them. Yeah.
I actually talked to Courtney and Zia 2 weeks ago here at the festival as well. I think for you guys it must be awesome, you know, to go on tour. They're so great. They always jam in their dressing rooms as well, so maybe there could be like Sleepy Sun versus the Dandy Warhols like jam session then.
Oh yeah, possibly. Yeah, none of that really happened when we were on tour with them. But I mean, we only did like 5 dates with them. But yeah, because that can happen sometimes for us. Like sometimes we'd be lucky to get a song or two out of a tour. I think that's a good quota for us when we're working as hard as we do on the road. We only have 2 days off on this tour in particular, which we have to spend driving 1,200 kilometers. So it's you know, and we're confined to the small space of the van, and you know, your guitar neck would be in your neighbor's face, and you know.
So that's why going alone on tour in the mountains or something can be good when you're packed all at once. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Okay, but right now here you're in a small village to come and a little calm before the storm of your show tonight. I hope you have a great time here in Belgium, and we would love to see you again sometime.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it.